A growing number of people in cities are eating meat, chicken, and fish. While consumers want food that is affordable, farmers struggle to keep food costs down because the price of animal feed continues to rise. Animals need proteins to grow well and to produce milk and eggs. Edible insects are a cheap source of protein. They are becoming popular as food for people and as animal feed, especially to feed to chickens. Edible insects require less feed than chickens, sheep, and pigs, and are highly nutritious for humans and animals.
Eating insects is not bad. It is good. It's only because you have never tried them. Insects have many benefits because they contain a lot of proteins.
People who traditionally eat insects such as grasshoppers, termites, white ants, or crickets catch them in the wild when they are in season. In some places, there are now fewer edible insects because the environment has been damaged. Rearing insects on your farm can provide protein throughout the year. In this video, farmers in Uganda will show us how to rear crickets. You need to prepare 3 types of plastic crates. A parent stock crate where you'll keep the parent crickets. A hatchery crate where the eggs will hatch into young crickets. And a rearing crate where young crickets will grow into adults. When you stack crates on top of each other, the top one needs to have a cover so the crickets will not escape. The crates are made with openings on 2 sides covered with a stainless steel mesh to let in fresh air but keep the crickets inside.
The opening of the crates needs to be covered with mesh to allow in air for the crickets to breathe. I use stainless steel mesh as crickets can easily chew through the other mesh and then escape.
The openings of the hatchery crate are covered with cardboard to keep the young crickets warm. You can label the crate by writing an H on the cardboard to distinguish it from other crates. You need to get food trays, water trays, and cricket egg trays, in addition to cardboard trays that will provide hiding places for the crickets. You also need a thermometer and a felt or cotton cloth that can hold water for the baby crickets to drink, and a blanket that will keep the hatchery crate warm. To get started, buy parent stock from a cricket farmer. You can tell the females from the males because the females have a long egg-laying organ that sticks out from the end of the abdomen. You need about €5 to buy about 120 female and 30 male crickets as the parent stock. As crickets fly and are difficult to count, most people buy 2 cardboard trays with crickets to start rearing. Place the parent crickets in the parent stock crate. Provide food like maize bran or fish powder on a food tray. Add an extra cardboard tray so the crate has 3 trays for hiding and a little water on a water tray with small stones.
I put small stones in the water tray so that the crickets can step on them as they drink water. Without stones, the crickets may drown in the water.
Add some green leaves from pumpkins or other vegetables for the crickets to nibble on. Check the crate 3 times a day to provide more food and water and to clean up their excrement. To more easily clean a crate, move 2 of the cardboard trays into an empty crate and cover it so the crickets will not escape during cleaning. Crickets are ready to start laying eggs when they are 4 months old and start making noise. To prepare the egg trays, collect some soil from the forest or from under a big tree. This soil is soft and easily crumbles. Sieve the soil to remove big particles.
I sieve the soil so it may be very soft. When a cricket is going to lay there, it can insert its egg-laying organ and it enters very well.
Sterilize the soil to kill germs by putting the soil in a metal tray or saucepan and heating it over fire. Keep on stirring the soil until it changes color to light brown, then let it cool down. Add 1 cup of water for every 4 cups of soil and mix them well to make the soil evenly moist. A cricket can easily push its egg-laying organ into the moist soil without getting hurt. Fill the egg trays with sieved moist soil. Write the date on each of the egg trays before placing them in a parent stock crate. Let the crickets lay eggs for 3 days. After that, they are too old to reproduce and can only be used for food or for animal feed. When the egg trays are full of eggs, transfer them to the hatchery crate. Write that day's date on each egg tray. Then write another date 4 weeks later. That is when you can move the young crickets to the rearing crate. Writing these dates helps you to remember when the eggs will hatch. Cover the hatchery crate with a lid so the young crickets cannot escape. Keep the crate warm by covering it with a blanket. Crickets are very sensitive to changes in temperature. The best temperature for crickets is between 26 and 30 degrees centigrade. When temperatures are too cold or too hot, the eggs will not hatch and the crickets will die. When it is cold, close the door and the windows, and if necessary, put a hot charcoal stove in the room. Monitor the room temperature with a thermometer 3 times a day. When it is too hot, open the door and the windows. After 2 weeks, the eggs will hatch into young crickets. Add some bran or fish meal on a piece of paper and a moist cloth so the crickets that hatch early don't starve. Transfer the baby crickets to the rearing crates by shaking and patting the open hatchery crate over the rearing crates. As the eggs do not hatch all at once, place the egg trays back in the hatchery crate to allow the other eggs to hatch. Put the date on the rearing crates when young crickets are placed inside the rearing crate. Add a second date 6 weeks later. That is when the crickets will be mature and can be used as food or feed. During the first days, put some food on a shallow food tray or a piece of paper so the tiny crickets can easily get to the food. Spray some water on a felt or cotton cloth so that the young crickets will not drown as they drink. Crickets love to hide as they grow. After 1 week, place cardboard trays where crickets can hide in the rearing crates. From now on, you can put the food on a food tray so it is easier to clean the crates. You can use the crickets for food or feed when they're just 6 weeks old. Remember to keep some crickets as parent stock to continue laying eggs. Collect mature crickets in a plastic bag and put them in hot water to kill them before they can be sold or prepared for food and feed.
Insects are very nutritious as feed for animals. They are also cheap compared to other sources of proteins, so farmers buy them frequently.
Now that we have learned how to rear crickets, let us go through the main steps one more time. Place about 120 female and 30 male crickets in the parent stock crate and give them food, water, and cardboard trays for hiding. Check the crickets 3 times a day to see that they have enough food and water and to clean the crates. Crickets start laying eggs when they're 4 months old. Place egg trays with sieved sterilized soil in the parent stock crate. After 3 days, the egg trays are full of eggs and can be transferred to the warm hatchery crate. The eggs will hatch into young crickets after 2 weeks. Transfer the young crickets to the rearing crates and give them food and water. After 1 week, place cardboard trays in the rearing crates. You can use the crickets for food or feed when they're just 6 weeks old. Remember to keep a parent stock to continue rearing. Why not get started right away? Rear crickets for food and feed and to earn some money.